me, and we will banish this darkness! I swear this as your emperor.
Hello everyone, Fohammer here with a quick video exploring some cool and thematic campaign ideas for your next Total War Warhammer playthrough. In this video, we will be covering 3 thematic campaigns you can play in vanilla Warhammer 3 for the Empire, the High Elves, and Khorne. These are ideas I came up with while trying to entertain myself while we all wait for the Chaos Dwarves, so I hope you can enjoy them as much as I did. The first thematic campaign we will be looking at is an Empire campaign playing as Karl Franz. In this setup, we will be playing through the historical scenario of the Skaven Wars. The Skaven Wars are an important part of the Empire's history, when the Skaven rose up and tried to conquer the surface world almost 1400 years ago. Because this campaign roleplays in the past, you will have to rely on the only tools available to combat the Skaven menace: steel and faith. Here are the basic rules I set up for this campaign. First is that no gunpowder units are allowed outside of garrisons. Gunpowder would not become part of the Empire's arsenal until many centuries later, when it was gifted as a sign of friendship by the dwarves. This means that you will depend more heavily on crossbowmen and huntsmen for ranged firepower. It also means that no artillery will be available to you, as all the Empire artillery is gunpowder based. Although gunpowder is no longer available, you will still have very strong tools in the state troops, great swords, and especially in the knightly orders of the Empire. Mobility will be a key factor in your victory against a more technologically advanced foe. The second rule for this campaign is a ban on magic. Magic for almost all of the Empire's existence was outlawed and seen as heresy. It was not until the Great War against Chaos, over 1,000 years after the Skaven Wars, that this ban would be lifted by Emperor Magnus the Pious. Until that time, Sigmar's empire got by with the power of faith, so make good use of warrior priests. The third and final rule is the requirement for the Vermintide endgame scenario. After all, you can't have the Skaven Wars without hordes of ratmen invading the Empire. This scenario must be set to its earliest possible trigger so that you can mow through as many swarms of Skaven as possible. The difficulty, however, is up to you. In my playthroughs, I found the best experience to be around 100 to 150% on the difficulty slider, so choose what will be the most enjoyable setting for you. If you ended up liking this idea, let me know some suggestions for races you would like to see covered in similar future videos. I am also currently doing live streams of this campaign here on YouTube if you would like to check it out live, or watch anytime from a previous stream video. The second campaign we will now cover is my take on a favorite piece of lore, the War of the Beard. Also known as the War of Vengeance, this all-out war between the High Elves and the Dwarves was fought until both races were nearly depleted. It ended with a duel fought between the rulers of both empires. The Dwarf High King, Gotrek Starbreaker, emerged victorious by slaying Kallador II. As recompense for all the insults and wrongs committed against the Dawi, Gotrek claimed the crown of his fallen enemy, the Phoenix Crown. Over the years, the High Elves have petitioned the Dwarves many times for the return of the crown. Imric, Crown Prince of Kallador, and of the same bloodline as the fallen Phoenix King, seeks to reclaim the Phoenix Crown, and with it, the honor lost so long ago by his forebear. But if the Dwarves will not relent the crown willingly, then he will take it by force with lance and dragonfire. The rules for this campaign are as follows. First, you must declare war on all dwarf factions immediately after encountering them. Second is the mandatory endgame scenario, A Grudge Too Far. This ensures that the quest to reclaim the Phoenix Crown is an all-out war between you and the dwarf race. You can set the timing and difficulty to whatever you like, but I suggest around turn 40 through turn 60 for a prime experience that will still challenge Imric's Doomstack of Dragons. The third and final modifier for this campaign is that you can claim victory when you occupy or raise Karaz-Karak, where the crown is still stored. If you want total victory, then proceed to wipe out all the major dwarf factions as set up by the endgame scenario victory conditions. The third campaign idea we will look at for Khorne is called the Book of Blood. This idea comes from the 8th edition Demons of Chaos army book. In this history, a bloodthirster named Helgrim attempted to find and claim one of the fabled 8 burning books of Khorne. The 8 burning books of Khorne are supposedly unholy grimoires bound in brass and written in blood that proclaim the 8 unholy aspects of Khorne. They illustrate the pillars of conduct by which the followers of the Skull Throne must live, and contain the true names of Khorne's foremost demons. The true name of each demon is what binds them to their patron god and grants mastery over the demon's existence. Helgrim failed in his attempt to claim the book in its rumored location on Ulthuan in the Anuli Mountains, and was defeated by the High Elves. In my scenario, Skarbrand hears by chance of these relics long thought to be myths, and thinks that by reading his true name from the book that it could heal his mind shattered long ago by the Blood God. While almost a completely mindless killing machine, Skarbrand still longs for clemency from the Skull Throne. Even if in the end his mind cannot be mended, the book along with the blood and skulls of those protecting it would make a fine tribute to the blood god. So, the rules of the campaign are the following. First, Skarbrand must control the 4 elven mountain fortresses which are likely to be the location of the book. While they were built to defend against the Dark Elves, Skarbrand sees these fortresses as an attempt to hide or guard the burning book from him, its true inheritor. Second is the destruction of Nakari and the seducers of Slaanesh. Khorne hates Slaanesh more than any of the other Chaos Gods. The third and final rule is that you play this as a migration campaign, but unlike the previous 2, this rule is more of a suggestion, but one I highly recommend. While Skarbrand's default start in the Badlands can be fun, it's very hard to make use of his Bloodhost mechanics because of the spread out territory. Ulthuan is more tightly packed and thus allows Skarbrand to chain attacks more frequently like he can in the Realms of Chaos campaign, and provides unique enemy variety compared to his default setup. In my playthrough, Skarbrand made it to the ocean around turn 5, and arrived on the coast of Yerves in Ulthuan just before turn 15. Thanks for watching so far, and I hope you enjoyed the ideas that I suggested. If you thought these approaches for campaigns were cool, go ahead and leave this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more Thematic, Total War, and Warhammer content. With that said, I'm Fohammer, and have a great day.